Hello Capricorn, this is going to be your general tarot reading for April 2019. I have to think now before I say what year it is. I hope you guys are well. Sorry these are coming out a little bit later than I thought they would because I got called in to work to cover for several of the other ladies that I work with. So I unexpectedly had to work when I thought that I had those days off, and it's thrown things off a little bit. Yeah, hope you guys are well. This is an extremely interesting reading, you guys. So, of course, this is for Capricorn rising, sun, and moon. Sorry, I'm trying to get silly again because I just did the Virgo reading and I almost cried in it, and it was a really intense reading. So I'm just trying to come back to myself right now a little bit. So I'm going to show you your basic layout. These cards are from the Spiral Tarot, and then I used clarifiers from the Gaian Tarot. So this is your central experience for April. You have the 8 of Cups with a really amazing clarifier. So your challenge this month is strength. What is helping you is the Empress. That's pretty nice, you guys. At the root of your being. With the clarifier, it makes complete sense. It's not as bad as it seems. At the root of your being, you have the 10 of Wands. You have quite a few Leo cards in here. In the recent past, or what you're coming away from, you have Justice. Let's see, you've got four major arcana cards out of your original spread, and seven total out of the whole thing. And you've got a lot going on right now. As your best possible outcome, you have the Ace of Pentacles. In the near future, you have the 9 of Wands. You right now are the 3 of Pentacles. In your surroundings, you have the 6 of Pentacles. Your hope is the Fool. And your general outcome is the King of Swords. Okay. Your central experience for April 2019 is the 8 of Cups with the Magician. And what it seems to me, the words that came in my head, the exact words were, you're taking the reins into your own hands and you're leaping into something completely new that takes your initiative, your willpower, and your belief in yourself. You're choosing to take the reins into your own hands and be yourself completely. And to take risks, to initiate new things in your life, possibly a major cycle that has to do with getting to know yourself better. That makes sense because if you happen to be a Capricorn rising person watching this, you've got Pluto and Saturn in your first house. And so if you happen to be a Capricorn rising, this is saying that your sense of self is completely transforming. It's been transforming for like 10, 15 years now with Pluto, but Saturn just went in there, and it's Saturn is fine-tuning and practicalizing, that's not a word, making practical and making easier sense out of all of the major changes that you've been going through with your identity for the past 10 to 15 years. And so it seems like you feel really empowered. Or you're taking, if you have not been feeling empowered, you are taking your power back. And something about this empowerment, or something about this new journey of being yourself completely, or exploring yourself, finding out what you can do, what you can manifest, finding out more about yourself. This involves letting go of past emotional attachments. Something about this can be a little unsteadying for your emotions because it's a tricky time right now. You're entering a completely new realm. There may be times where you feel hesitant, but I'm definitely getting the clear message that you know what you want and you know what you're shooting for. You just need to do it. And it seems as if you're doing it, or you're taking the leap, or you're taking the risk, or you're just choosing to do it. So that's where you're at for April. Your challenge. I have a feeling this is going to be a succinct reading, or a quicker one. So your challenge is you have Lady Strength with the 5 of Fire, otherwise known as the 5 of Wands. What I'm getting here is that you need to blow off steam. It can be, since Saturn has been in your first house, or for some of you, at least Saturn is sitting on something for you. Saturn is in Capricorn right now. It's either sitting on your rising, or on your sun, or on your moon. It takes different forms for those 3 things, like if you are a Capricorn rising, then your identity is being remodeled or rebuilt or understood in a deeper, wiser way, or you're understanding your own innate authority more, or that's what you're learning about, or your independence. For those of you where it's your sun, you are learning how to express yourself completely, or it's putting pressure on how you express yourself. If it's your moon, it's putting heaviness on how you feel or on your emotions. All of those things are not easy. They take work, but it is your ruler. Saturn's your ruler. You are more than capable of doing the work. But what I am getting here is that your challenge is you need to blow off steam. You may have been overly controlling yourself. You may have taken it upon yourself to be so responsible and adult that you are constantly managing things. You're managing yourself, you're managing others, you're managing your reactions to things, you're managing, if Saturn's on your moon, you've been over managing your emotions or trying to control your emotions possibly. If it's your sun, you've been controlling yourself a little bit too much in how you express yourself. If it's your rising, how you're coming off to other people at first. You have been possibly a little bit too restrained. I'm looking at Strength here, because normally with Strength, you would imagine this as being a gentle balance of strength, of the lion respects her, she respects the lion, she's being gentle with him, so he's allowing her to either open or close his mouth. But you could also look at this in a flip way, where in a way she is somewhat gently still controlling the lion. And sometimes this Lady Strength can be taken to an extreme where it's almost too much balance or too much self-control or too much force involved in forcing yourself to be moderate or forcing yourself to be balanced. It seems to me as if you have a great deal of fire coming up in you at this time, where this fire needs to be expressed purely for what it is without doing anything to it. Every now and then I'm getting the analogy or the image of like a pressure cooker. You still need that little hole, or a whale blowhole where it has to blow out the water that got trapped inside when they were holding their breath underneath the ocean, or a pressure valve where a certain amount of pressure or fire gets released so that it doesn't blow or so it doesn't self-destruct. And so what I'm getting specifically from this is your challenge is, how do you let this out in the proper way where you are still completely being yourself, because you're on a path right now of being yourself. That means you have to express that fire at times and release it without controlling yourself too much. And so I'm getting specifics in here of remedies for you of, I don't know, I mean, you could go to a hard rock concert and mosh pit dance and thrash around like a maniac, or you could do that trick where you have a mouthful of rum and you spit it out and light it with a lighter and have it go on fire, or to go to a place that's safe to do this and scream your head off, or something, dance, yell, do what you need to do, punch a punching bag, get it out in one way or another, because if you don't get it out somehow, it has the potential of exploding or of creating some damage for you. I'm getting, you may even get a big fever, like you might get a fever, or you might, I don't know, just let the fire loose every now and then. Otherwise, you can self-destruct, or get frustrated. It's like a feeling of intense frustration. And I am getting, because fives are change and ultimately conflict, oftentimes fives are also conflict or change. This could create conflict if you're not careful. It may even be that you need to have some kind of a weird blowout. But I wouldn't focus on that. I would focus on letting this loose in one way or another, because you kind of have to. Or how to utilize this in the best way without controlling yourself too much. There may be a lot of changes going on in what is being done in your life or what you're doing in your life, because fire is action. So how you do things may be dramatically changing. What you're doing may be dramatically changing. How you do things may be dramatically changing. And it's a lot. It's a lot. And so it's raising a fire up in you that you have to let out every now and then. Otherwise, you could self-destruct. So, or it could create issues or conflict. What is helping you? This is very specific too. I don't know what's up with you Capricorns, but this seems pretty clear to me for some reason, or not very varied. So what is helping you is that in a month's time, by the end of April, you will see something come into being that is a manifestation of something you've been working towards, especially something that is connected to your heart. This could be a love, a great love of your life, or a great passion, or a great romance. This could be something that you've been working on manifesting for quite some time. This could be abundance of all different kinds. Growth, love, abundance, major abundance, or something is growing significantly. This could even be, for some of you, you may find out that you're having a baby. Not to freak you out if you don't want a baby, but if you are settled down with someone and you feel ready to have a baby, expect a baby by the end of the month, or a pregnancy by the end of the month, or there may be actually a baby being born that is a significant baby for you, whether it's yours or somebody else that you're close to. But that aside, this is taking a month or a moon cycle. Since I'm recording this in the very beginning of April, I'm seeing this harvest or this growth or this abundance completely being born by the end of April. So until then, it says allow the cycles and the changes to be what they are. You don't have to necessarily make sense out of anything logically. Just allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to change. Allow things to change. Allow cycles to come and go. Your own innate internal wisdom will be your guiding force. It may not necessarily be a time for action until the end of April for some reason, but something is coming at the end of April that is a huge blessing in one way or another and has to do with creativity or talents or gifts or something that you love or somebody that you love. So this is what's helping you. The moon is helping you. So at your root of your being, or in your soul, in other words, it seems as though you are letting go of a massive amount of burdens or an old cycle from the past. You know, first there's the woman or the person laden down with burdens at the very end of a cycle. Something is finally coming to an end that's been going on for a long time, possibly a long time of drudgery or of hardships or of responsibilities, of things you had to carry, things you had to do. I'm getting kind of a heavy feeling from this, as in it could have been karmic or it could have just been things you've had to carry for a long time. It seems as if right at this moment in April, you're casting off this old ending, because I get that this woman in the Sun card has just tossed off all of those wands and the sun has come out. Look, they both have stone walls behind them. She has a stone wall behind her, and this one has a wall of bricks behind them. Both of them have a lot of stones in the pictures. There's a barrier there. The person who's hunched over with the wands can't even see over the wall and doesn't know what's on the other side. The woman in the Sun card can see what's on the other side of the wall because she's standing upright, because she's no longer bent over with the burden of all of those wands. And the sun is coming out. There's newfound energy or health or luck or happiness or just a feeling that the sun is finally shining on you and that things are becoming much, much easier than they have been. You feel incredibly happy about this. This feels like a huge breakthrough or a huge release. You are fully embracing yourself and your own creativity and your own joys and happinesses, or your own good fortune. And that time has come to an end. That time of carrying all of that has come to an end. Or you have chosen to no longer carry it, or to let it go. So what you're coming away from, both of these are major arcana cards. You have Justice and you have the Canoe, otherwise known as the Chariot. Well, I'm getting that you have made recently a huge decision. You have made a huge decision to move forward with something that you have been wanting to do. And you are determined to do it, and it's happening now, and you've set it in motion. You took it upon your own hands. You took things in your own hands to leap or to go or just to do it and to start going in that direction and to test your own abilities to see what you are capable of. This may involve travel. You may have decided to travel. It seems like a huge decision, though, or possibly to relocate or to go in a certain direction. And your intuition and your logic has been your guide in this decision. So, your best possible outcome. I have to admit, I've been really getting extremely sick of getting this Ace of Pentacles over and over. I don't know what it is about this Ace of Pentacles, but it seems like last year and this year are about beginnings, or a new life, or a new reality. But anyway, your best possible outcome is you have the builder. So again, you're taking things into your own hands. You've decided to just do it. If you've been brewing on or sitting on a genius idea of something new you've been wanting to create in your life, or if you've been having to wait until it's the right time, it's the right time now. It's the right time now. Your best possible outcome is you need to pick up that hammer or that chisel and start chiseling away and beginning this thing. Or you've already begun it and it's growing and it's stable now. Extremely stable. This thing isn't going anywhere. Whether this Ace of Pentacles is a relationship, a home, a job, a hobby, a dream, whatever it happens to be, you are making it happen. And you are doing this patiently, diligently, and with a sense of focus. And you know your own capacities. You know what you're capable of, and you know what you can do. And so you're doing it, and you're just doing it. You're creating a dream home or a dream of yours. You're manifesting it. It's happening. It's in physical reality now as your best possible outcome. It's stable. It's not going anywhere. You can build on it. You can create what you want. You have it in you to do this. You will have the resources or the tools necessary in order to do this as well. This can even be refining something. I'm looking at the builder here. He's making very refined, detailed, beautiful works of art with his chisel there. Fine-tuning something. Fine-tuning something. You've already done the rough parts or the basic parts. Now it's fine-tuning and doing all of the details on it. Or you're getting better and better at what you do the more you practice it. And you have it in you now to create this. So coming up, you have the Nine of Wands and the Three of Earth. What I'm getting is that this man in the Nine of Wands, I mean, obviously it's the Nine of Wands. You're wrapping up an old cycle of action. You finished something off. You're accomplished with something now. You've done it. It's pretty much over. You feel good about it. You feel like you finished it. You finished this thing off well. But I'm also looking at this as the man in the Nine of Wands is a master of ceremonies, where he's an announcer or a magician of sorts, or a circus ringleader, or a spokesperson or salesperson, a master of ceremonies, let's put it that way. And it seems as if he's presenting the Three of Earth. He's saying, here you go, Capricorn. In your near future, this is what you're coming into, and you're doing it right now. It's happening. Your old cycle is over. Now, ta-da! Here it is. This is what's happening now. And what's happening now in the future is friendships, being social, having abundance, growth of talents, growth of abilities, growth of skills, growth of what you enjoy. What you enjoy is increasing. And simply enjoying your life. Going after the things that you enjoy. And not only that, you're most definitely not alone in this process. You have loved ones, you have lovers or partners, you have friends, you have co-workers, people of all different kinds that feel like family to you or that you feel close to, supporting you in this growth, and you're all growing together. There's newfound abundance, growth, a new path that involves doing what you love. developing what you love, practicing what you love, enjoying the meaningful moments in life. This has nothing to do with drudgery or burdens or responsibilities, heavy responsibilities, feeling responsible, feeling laden down. This has nothing to do with that at all. This has to do with growth, enjoyment, fun, and doing what comes easily to you. And having support of all different kinds. A growth of money. More money is coming in, more prosperity is coming in, more people, more soulmates, more friends are coming in. Good times, looks like good times. It almost seems to me like because you have taken the reins into your own hands and you decided upon yourself to cast those wands off. The universe is responding with this Master of Ceremonies saying, okay, you're done with that cycle, now presenting new growth and joy in your life, and it's happening right now, and so you better get to it. This is what's happening now. So, where you're at right now, you have the Three of Pentacles again. Yeah, it's happening now. Now and in the future. It's going to be happening for a while, I'm getting. This is the Three of Pentacles. This is also the Three of Pentacles. Again, doing what you love or doing what you're talented at or showing off what you are capable of. And you have support. You have people that support you in this, that admire you, that are encouraging you, that believe in you, that love to see you shine. And here's the Seven of Air with it. You know what this is giving me a story about is if you are a talented person that has something to do with entertainment, as in dancing, theater, being a musician, anything that involves performing on stage or in front of people, or even simply showing off your gifts. Even if you're a painter, this could be your first gallery showing of your paintings where hundreds of people, hopefully, come and check out your paintings. But I'm getting that you're figuring out a route. You might be on some kind of a journey, or you might be on some kind of a trip where you're looking at the map and you're figuring out what route you want to take, what galleries you want to show your paintings at, what concert halls you want to play music in, what inventors, conferences you want to put your inventions in, but it's displaying what you do or what you're capable of or what you enjoy, or simply even just doing what you enjoy. You know, if you're a rock climber, it looks like you're going on some kind of a long trip where you're figuring out a route of what mountains you want to climb, where do you want to go. You're figuring out a strategy. And also, this feels really exciting to me. This feels really exciting, like you're so excited and you're looking at all of the possibilities here saying, oh my gosh, I could walk across the Great Wall of China. I could go climb Mount Hood in Oregon. I could do this. I could do that. What do I want to do? Where do I want to go the most? You might not be able to go to every single person or every single place on the map, but you can pick out your favorites or the ones that you've always wanted to do, and you can do this, and you're doing it now. You know, if we didn't look at this as an actual trip where you're figuring out the places where you're going to showcase or do things at, or even simply just do a hobby or something that you enjoy, this can be figuring out the best way to have things grow, the best way to express yourself, the best way to have abundance, the best way to make more money, the best way to showcase, the best way to market even. or the best way to go about it that is the most efficient and fun. The whole world is open to you. Lots of possibilities are open to you. Where would you like to go? What would you like to do? What are the things that matter the most to you? You're figuring it out. In your surroundings, you have the Six of Pentacles in with the Ten of Earth, otherwise known as the Ten of Pentacles. So it looks as if, again, an old cycle is ending, a new one is beginning, and you're receiving some kind of funding based off of possibly even selling something that you have developed or built or done or manifested over a very long period of time. You might be selling a house, you might be selling a business, you might be selling land, you might be selling an old antique that you've been hoarding for the past 20 years that's worth, $20,000 or something. It's something you've been developing, building, growing, or sitting on, something valuable, and you're exchanging it in or selling it, or something that you've put a lot of your time and effort and work into over a long period of time is now paying off, or is now giving you something. And I'm giving you something fairly large enough to get you started on a completely new journey. And if it isn't all that specific, it's the universe giving you what you need so you can start a new journey, because your old journey has now come to an end, naturally, in a good way, I'm getting. It doesn't feel like a traumatic ending or a painful ending, or this feels like a really good ending that has been a long time coming. And now it's time where you're receiving what you need in order to get started with what you want to be doing now. Because it's not what you have been doing up till now. Not that you didn't enjoy it, but you just know it's time to go. So this is going on in your surroundings. Here it is again. Okay. Your hope is that you will have the courage, faith, and optimism and bravery necessary in order to leap into the unknown onto your new path. And your new path, again, has to do with this Ace of Pentacles. It's the Ace of Earth in here. This is a brand new physical beginning of a new journey, a new life, a new manifestation in your life. You feel very drawn to do this now. If you've been thinking about doing this for a long time, you're feeling really urgent about it now, like it's time. It's time to just initiate it or do it. Or if you've already begun it, it's growing now. With the Empress helping you and the Three of Pentacles twice, it's growing now. Your seed is finally growing, or it's being built faster than before. You're getting more intricate with it. This is what you want to be doing with yourself. And this is entirely possible if it's not already happening as your best possible outcome. But your hopes is that you will have the courage, the continued courage, lasting bravery to keep on with this and to just do it. My dog's crying. Hang on, I'm almost done. Okay. Your general outcome for April is that you decide to do it and to be focused on this. If this is a craft or a skill or a talent, or just simply just doing it, whatever it is that you want to be doing right now, you feel very driven to do this and you're doing it as your general outcome, you make the decision to just do it. This is directly reminding me of your best possible outcome. Look at this. I'm sure you can see it here. Okay, so you're deciding and being very logical, practical, intelligent about this, you have decided this is done, that you're doing this. Or if you need advice or guidance on how to do this, you can get it from someone who's experienced it or has done it themselves or something, to go towards your, or continue to build your new beginning. But look at this. The builder is your best possible outcome. The 7 of fire is your general outcome. You know, if for some reason some of you have been hesitant to do this because you want to be a master first before you start, that's not the approach to take. It's saying just do it. You know, for instance, when I started this channel, I didn't know first thing about making these movies on Windows Movie Maker. I didn't know very much about computers. I did, before I started the channel, for probably almost maybe 5 months leading up to when I actually started posting videos. I actually was paying a woman to help me learn computer skills just so I could do it. But when I started this, I've been a reader and an astrologer for 20-something years now, but this was my first experience ever being on film. Or, let's face it, I'm looking at an image of my own face pretending that it's someone else or a group of people. That's a little bit difficult to do in the beginning. It's weird to look at your own face and pretend that you're talking to someone else. But, you know, I wasn't an expert at this when I started this, but each step I've taken along the way, you know, I did put it off for a long time, where I wanted to get better at it first before I started putting things on here. I wanted to get more professional with it. But I put it off and put it off to a point where I was like, you know what, I might not know everything about it or come off looking moronic in the beginning while I'm figuring it out, but I just need to do it, and I'll learn as I go. And so that's the advice here, is your best possible outcome is you may actually not be aware of just how talented you are. You may realize that you're talented or that you have skills, but you may not realize just how talented you really are. And so your best possible outcome is you most definitely have the skills, the talent, and the things that you need within yourself to really do this or to create this. But because this is your best possible outcome, if something has been holding you back because you want to get better before you actually do it, your general outcome is saying, just do it. Just do it. You don't have to be an expert at this. You'll learn as you go. Each step that you take, you'll learn more and more and get better and better. The most important thing is that you just do it. You seem very focused to me with both of these. It seems as though you know exactly what you want and you are fully capable of being focused and doing it. But it's saying you don't have to be an expert, or you don't have to have everything figured out. You'll figure it out as you go. So hopefully that helped or made sense. I wish you all the best. Many blessings to you, and I'll see you soon for your mystery readings in the middle of the month and your love readings. Things are discombobulated right now a little bit, but within the next 3 days, they should all be out. I'm just working with what I've got, so it'll definitely be sooner than last month was. Okay, see you later. Bye.